So you can.
What? I don't think the graphing was that.
Awesome.
I haven't looked at all the instructions, but most of what we're doing today is just trying to find the zeros. Okay, remember, whenever we solve for x, with what we're doing, we're really finding the zeros. Okay? It doesn't say that, but that's what you're interpreting when we do this, okay? Alright. The most important thing, make sure the square root is by itself. Nothing attached. This does not work unless you do it this way, okay? So you're learning multiple ways of solving equations. Learn how to factor. So you learned the zero product rule. Use the zero product rule to understand that that was how you can get an answer. You did graphing, and you got close by guessing. Now we're going to use a square root function to solve these things. All right, example 1. X squared equals 9. First of all, what's the answer?
3.
All right. Now, we pick this example. I picked this example just to show you a couple things. How do we get x from x squared? Take the square root. Right? Is that what you're going to say? All right. So when we take the square root, this becomes x. And in general, this is either positive 3 or negative 3. Because negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Yes? We're dealing with a parabola, which means it's probably going to hit the x-axis in 2 spots. It's going to have 2 zeros. Okay? So we need 2 answers. It's going to hit in 2 different places. That's what you just found. Alright, that was a basic example. Example 2. 2x squared plus 4 equals 12. Right, it's not by itself, actually the square, not the square root. You're going to use the square root here in a minute. Yeah?
Not 8. 2.
How'd you solve it?
2 squared 4.
So you just intuitively figured it out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm using the simple examples to get us to understand how to do the harder ones, okay? Yeah?
Did you need us to know that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You subtract 4 off of both sides, divide by 2, and take the square root.
You gotta get the square by itself, so we divide off the 2. Let me show you. Don't write this down, but let me show you. If at this point you take the square root of both sides, you do not know how to take the square root of that. That's not x plus 2. And you can't take the square root of 2, right? You get decimal. But you can't take the square root of a 2-term function at this moment. Okay? You can't take the square root of this because you don't know the square root of 2. Get a decimal, but we don't want to do that. We want to get the square by itself as quickly as possible. Alright? So we divide off the 2. Now we get x squared equals 4. The answer is?
2.
X equals 2.
Plus or minus 2. Positive or negative 2.
What? How? Oh, because
You need at this point, when you take the square root, you need to have plus or minus.
so it's always plus or minus. If there's a square root.
Now, yeah.
If there's a square root, there's always plus or minus.
Yeah. Unless when you put the problem back in, the answer back in the problem, it doesn't work, then that's a non-solution. That's when you would use both of them. But in this case, we're finding both. Yes.
And you can subtract the 4 before you take the square root of it?
Subtract 4.
Like on that very first step.
Oh, here, yes, you must subtract. You gotta get the square by itself.
But you can do it
Cross the root out.
before you get the square root of that 12, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to, that was just part of my example saying you don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this was the problem. You subtracted 4, divide off the 2.
Okay, so it was just 12.
Yeah, right. We did. Yeah, you can divide by 2 first. Okay, that's all right. Example 3 is x squared plus 2 equals 2. Everybody do this one.
X equals 0.
What does that mean? One solution. Everybody, picture-wise, what's it look like?
And when we touch the x-axis, it equals
Right, so what is that?
the vertex.
Vertex. Okay. Example 4. I just want to know if you really have a clue what you're doing or you're just following the steps and getting through it. That's fine. At some point in time it needs to click in and you understand the abstract part of this. Yeah.
So do you just want us, if a question like that comes up, put one solution?
No. If it asks for if it says how many solutions, then you better be saying that. If it doesn't ask that, you don't need to say that. I put that on there so we can try to understand what all of this means. This, the parabola, hits in 2 different places. This only hits one, it must be the vertex. And this is 0, that must be my vertex. Okay. Example 4. Okay. 3x squared plus 5 equals 2. Everybody do this one. This is not meant to be really difficult. Kind of focus more in a little closer so it stays focused. Yeah. Solved it?
Can't solve
You can't?
it. Yeah, there's no answer.
Oh my goodness. Minus 5.
Yeah,
There's a mistake.
X equals 0.
Oh.
Square root of -1. It's just not real.
Oh.
I didn't work.
Oh, okay, that says no solution. Amazing.
Wait, how'd you get square roots?
You cannot take the square root of a negative number.
If I subtracted,
So would that mean that it's either above the x-axis and going up, or below it and opening down?
Yep. That's what that means. It doesn't go through the x-axis. That's what that means. Good job. Example 5. See, you're not necessarily answering that type of question, but that's the abstract stuff behind it. You're supposed to kind of start putting this all together, and then in chapter 10, we'll start to do that. Okay, we're nearing the end of the book, guys. So learning what algebra really is, okay? Some of you, you're catching on. Some of you are still getting through it. That's all right. By May, I assume everybody will be like, wow, all this is really easy. But that's still 3 months away, right?
right. I can't believe it's already been a month since New Year's. It's crazy.
It's almost the end of the world already.
Yeah, we only have like 2 months, I mean,
Okay.
I meant to say 10.
Well, that's
Everybody knows how to do this?
You take the square root of 9 and the square root of 4.
Yep. Supposed to remember that. This is plus or minus 3/2. Sorry. Easy. You are your memory. 2x squared minus 4 equals 6.
But I have the answer.
You do?
Yeah. What? Well, I mean, I don't have the answer for x, but I got as simple as you can get. Without an unreal number.
Anybody have my calculator, by the way?
Which number are you missing? I got 3.
Well, no, you're not really supposed to have a calculator because I don't have my calculator.
Oh, okay. You want me to go put it back?
No. I'll just take them out of here so you can't have them tomorrow. Alright, 2x squared equals 10. Divide off 2. X squared equals 5. What is the square root of 5? And then round it to whatever it says to round it to, okay? Get used to your square root stuff. We're going to start doing a lot of square root stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. Except I was gonna say x squared equals 5, but still.
Example 7. 3 times the quantity x minus 3, quantity squared, equals 5. Get the square by itself. Please don't distribute.
What?
You cannot distribute. There's an exponent. You cannot do multiplication. You cannot do multiplication before you do the exponent.
I was stupid.
I would divide off 3. Is the square by itself? Yes. Square is on one thing. Doesn't matter what's inside the parentheses. Now I have x minus 3 equal to plus or minus whatever 5/3 is. The square root of
I'll
that.
figure it out. Well, it's 2.24 on top. And then the square root of 3 is.
No, take 5 divided by 3. And then hit the square root of that.
Which equals 1.290966.
I don't know how to do that because when you,
Yeah, it's 1.3.
How many decimals lost do you
Go out quite a bit until you're done.
If you're gonna go out that far, it's point.
Alright, so we add 3. We get 3 plus or minus 1.2909. You're not done. I want to know what this is. So x is either 4.29 or 3 minus 1.29 is I'll do it so you guys don't have to. Let me do your work for you.
1.71.
No, let me do it. Let me do it. You guys just sit still. Don't learn anything. 1 point what?
7-1.
Yep, that's what I got to.
Those are your answers.
Whoa.
Example 8. 21 equals 3 times the quantity z plus 14 quantity squared. Do it. 11.4 or negative 16.6? Sound good? Alright, so round it to whatever the book says round it to. Negative 14 minus 2 is going to give you negative 16. Negative 14 plus 2. Assignment. Page 655. 4 to 48 even, mixed review even.